Hey everybody, YouTube, this is Curry Mac, and today I'm going to show you how to make homemade chocolate nut butters. These nut butter cookies are discontinued. The chocolate nut butters, I want to say it came out around 1997 or 1998. I remember eating them for the first time in my aunt's house in Chicago. I was visiting her during spring break, and she gave me and my brother this plate of different nut butters. The classic ones, the nut butter minis, and the chocolate nut butters. And the strangest part about it is that I can't find this anywhere online. I can go to YouTube, can't find any commercials about these things, but I know that they existed. So let's get started. In order to make that iconic nutter butter pattern, you need some non-toxic silicone putty, which is shown right here. Now I will show you how to make the mold. As you can see, there are two parts to the mold, like purple and white. And then you need the nutter butter cookie as the subject. Now what we're going to do now is just take it and use your hands and you form it till both colors merge together. Once it's done, it should look like this. And now we're ready to put the nutter butter cookie on it. All we do now is firmly press the cookie to the putty and let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. After that, just pull it back like this and it should release. And this is how it should look like. Now we're working on the peanut butter mixture. You need 1 cup of flour, either all-purpose flour or unbleached flour, and spread it around like this. We're going to bake it at 350 degrees for 10 minutes. After it's cooled, we're going to pour it in a sifter, and then we're going to sift it through. That's going to become very clumpy once you bake it. And next we'll have 2 cups of creamy peanut butter. And to that we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 cup of granulated sugar. We're going to mix it until it's incorporated together. After that we'll use our hands and mold it together. Just like this. As you see, it's not that sticky. And the next we're going to take it and put it up, as we use it later. And then now we'll work on the cookie part of it, which is 1 cup of margarine or butter, 2/3 cup of granulated sugar, 1/4 cup of light brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then we're going to mix this together. It should turn out like this. So now we're going to do the dry ingredients. 1.5 cup of unbleached flour or all-purpose flour, 1/2 cup of whole wheat flour, and 1/2 cup of oat flour, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of cornstarch. 5 tablespoons plus 1/2 teaspoon of cocoa powder. And then we'll sift it all the way through. That way it won't be any clumps when you stir it. Now we're going to blend that together. Next we're going to add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients. And using a mixer, we're going to mix it all together. After it's done, it should look something like this. And then after that, we're going to take it and just knead it together to make it more incorporated. And next, we're going to take a cookie dough and put it inside the mold and make patterns out of it. The thing is that you don't want these cookies too thick. Measure about the size of a teaspoon and then spread the cookie through the mold. And then gently pull it out of the mold and place it on the cookie sheet. If you have enough molds, you can actually freeze them. Bake this at 350 degrees for about 10 minutes, and it should look like this. Now we're going to assemble the cookies. Basically, take some peanut butter, and you can use a knife or even use your fingers if you want to, and spread it onto it, and then take the other cookie and sandwich it together. And do that to all the cookies, and it should look like this. This was very delicious. I think you'll like it. It tastes great with a glass of milk, and you can even dip it like Oreos and stuff. And the recipe will be in the bottom of the description, so give it a try.